Hello, I'm Pastor Jason from West Metro Church in Douglasville, Georgia. I want to welcome you to day 209 of our Bible Book Club. Today we're going to be looking at Hebrews chapter 5 and specifically Hebrews chapter 5 verses 13 and 14. So let's read it. For everyone who partakes only of milk is unskilled in the word of righteousness, for he is but a babe. But solid food belongs to those who are full of age. Now, there was a time when I wanted to have a deep theological conversation with my oldest daughter. I thought she was old enough. I thought she was definitely smart enough. So we sit down at the table, and I looked right across the table, and I asked her this question. Well, or maybe not this exact question, but something pretty close. I'm paraphrasing here. I said, paraphrasing. How do we theologically reconcile the depiction of Yahweh commanding total destruction in Joshua with a prophetic vision of a God who desires mercy and not sacrifice, culminating in Jesus' command to love our enemies? How do we do that? And she looked right back across the table at me, and right before she said something really smart, she threw a Cheerio right at my face. And I looked right back at her and I said, that is not how a 1-year-old is supposed to act. Now that in a nutshell is basically what the writer of Hebrews is telling us here. Babies, she was not ready. She was not ready for this deep theological question that I asked her. Babies, it's okay, start on milk. They start on formula. But as we grow into adults, we have to have adult food, solid food. And this was an adult solid food question I was asking her. It was not a basic Christian principle. And that's okay for babies to start on milk. Matter of fact, I love milk. Milk and cereal is one of the greatest foods ever created is put together. And, that's a fact. Yeah, that's an absolute fact. But when we're older, a 37-year-old that walks into the Sizzler and sits down and they ask him what he would like to drink, and he orders a warm bottle of formula, now that's going to have some extra questions. They might even call security at that point. But the thing is, many Christians today are still working on formula. They're still working on baby food. They're still working on warm bottles of milk. And they've been Christians for 20 years, and someone asks them about the Trinity, they have no idea how to explain what the Trinity is. Someone asks them about sanctification, and we have no idea how to explain to them what sanctification is. And the writer here in Hebrews is trying to explain to us, when you're a baby, it's okay to start on formula, but as we grow and mature, we also have to grow and mature in Christ. So thank you for joining us today on day number 209 of our Bible Book Club. I hope you join us tomorrow for 210 Hebrews chapter 6. We look forward to seeing you then. Thank you so much. God bless.